An inside look at how President Castro is spreading holiday cheer. Fresno State Focus starts now.
Hello and welcome to Fresno State Focus. I'm Katie Altenhoffel.
And I'm Chelsea Chivera.
Here are the top 7 things from 2018 in sports, entertainment, and news. Up first, Fresno State football. The Dogs are in Vegas as of right now preparing for Saturday's bowl game. After a 19-16 win over Boise State in this year's Mountain West Championship, the Dogs are preparing to take on Arizona State Sun Devils. If Fresno State wins, it will be their 12th win in a season for the first time in program history. Kickoff is at 12:30 p.m. at the Sam Boyd Stadium and will be aired live on ABC, so you don't want to miss it.
It wasn't just a year of milestones for Fresno State athletics, but our Valley teams as well. The Fresno FC wrapped up its inaugural season in November. The soccer team made waves in the Valley, bringing a new group of fans to Chachansey Park in downtown Fresno. As we said hello to the Foxes, we said goodbye to the Houston Astros affiliation with the Grizzlies. The baseball team will be repping for the Washington Nationals next season.
Natural disasters plagued the West Coast this year as several major wildfires consumed thousands of acres up and down the state. The Carr and Ferguson fire destroyed many Northern California towns, including wiping out the city of Paradise outside of Chico. Down south, the Woolsey fire destroyed the shores of Malibu and the foothills of Calabasas. First responders and fire crews from across the nation banded together to help fight these fires and rebuild the Golden State.
In a pile filled with fragments of former homes, one remains standing in Mexico Beach during Hurricane Michael. With reinforced concrete walls and 40-foot pilings driven into the ground, this building far surpassed safe building codes. The house was specifically designed to withstand hurricanes and may become a model for hurricane-resistant buildings in the future. The rest of the small Gulf Coast town was destroyed.
2018 may have been the year of women in politics. Over 100 women won seats in the Senate, House as governors in this year's midterm election. This election also had its share of firsts, like Ilhan Omar, one of the first Muslim women elected to Congress, Sharice Davis, the first Native American congresswoman, and record-breaker Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was the youngest female to be voted into Congress as a 29-year-old.
On March 24th, people crowded the streets of Washington, D.C. and other communities to protest gun laws in America. Student survivors of Parkland, Florida massacre headed the protest after a shooting at their high school took 17 innocent lives. Florida state legislator passed an expansive gun control measure after the march that would raise the legal purchasing age to 21.
And finally, the game of the year, Fortnite. Players can create characters and add their own style to them, even make them dance. The game puts you and your team against 99 other players in a battle for the last man standing. One of the most popular and widely played games of 2018 can be downloaded for free and played across the platforms.
For many, the winter season is one for shopping, celebration, and a whole lot of giving. One thing that everyone is looking forward to this Christmas is getting cozy and enjoying a holiday movie with friends and family. Cruz Gonzalez takes us to see what Fresno State students believe is the cause of these movies being so magical.
Getting away from the commotion during the holiday seasons may seem to be impossible, but many, like Fresno State students, turn to some of their favorite holiday movies for a bit of a getaway. We asked and they answered, and they told us what their favorite holiday movies are.
A Christmas Story?
The Grinch.
Probably A Christmas Story.
As much as a staple around the holidays as a tree or an ornament, many wonder what it is that makes these movies so special.
It's always fun. The movies are always filled with good stories.
I like it because it's like for everybody. It's like has elements for kids and it has elements for like grown-ups as well.
It's just raw humor and it's just like real life.
No matter what the movie you choose to enjoy, most will agree that they make the holidays just a little bit merrier. Cruz Gonzalez, Fresno State Focus.
Our next guest, infamous for being #1 on the naughty list. He's a mean, green, trash-eating machine, but known for having a soft spot.
With us today, all the way from Whoville, is Mr. Grinch. Welcome and thank you for being here with us today.
Your pleasure.
So, tell us, how are you feeling about this holiday season?
No, well, I can't wait to steal all the presents and toys and to stop the noise, the noise, the noise.
How have you been preparing for this holiday season?
Well, let's see, I've been working out rigorously for 4 days a week. I've been on the treadmill. It's kind of exhausting going from house to house and stealing those little girls' and boys' toys and hearing their boo-hoo-hoos the next day.
Well, okay. Well, how do you not like Christmas so much?
Oh, I'm a sensitive creature. The noise is irritating, and the glitz and the glamour of all the presents and all the shiny objects are offensive to my eyes.
Okay.
Have you been in contact with Cindy Lou Who lately?
Cindy Lou Who, yes, I have contact with Cindy Lou Who. Cindy Lou Who is doing well. She has her own family. I believe she has married a doctor. But a brood of children, and I especially love stealing their little presents and toys.
So tell us, what's your favorite gift to steal?
What's my favorite gift to steal? Little dolls and teddy bears.
Dolls and teddy bears, huh? What makes those so fun to steal?
Well, let's see. The teddy bears are a cuddly little thing, and the little boys or little girls like to cuddle them. And then they are deprived of that, and it's just so much fun when they're deprived of that. And the little dolls, well, the little girls aren't able to play with the little dolls, play with the hair, dress them up. It's just so annoying when they do that.
Well, that is all the time we have for you today. We've been speaking with the Mr. Grinch, learning all about the love-hate relationship with Christmas.
For those of us who like Christmas, Fresno State is a effective place for them. As I show you, all around campus, you can buy Christmas decorations and cheer.
Oh, I've seen like the Christmas decorations that's on, I don't know what that lane is called, but like right in front of like the bookstore or whatever. I've seen that, and then some professors kind of have like stuff around their offices.
I've seen a few, mostly in offices of some of my professors. They decorate their desks with a little bit of Christmas decoration.
Yeah, I've seen most of the Christmas decorations already. Like people are already starting to set up. It looks really nice. I hope to like actually, just go out for a walk and just see all the unique Christmas decorations.
Christmas on Fresno State in campus is a very festive time of year. If you feel like you're missing out on all the Christmas cheer, don't worry. The university will have its festive decorations up until the 25th.
Looks very pretty, especially right there by the fountain. There's a lot of holiday cheer on your way to class.
Absolutely.
Well, many of us hear the story of Mary and Joseph at Christmas time, but there's a Mary and Joseph Christmas story that hits a little closer to home. I got to visit the historic university home of none other than Mary and Joseph Castro.
And I remembered walking up to that holiday reception and saying to Joe, wow, could you imagine living in a house like this?
If you've strolled down Christmas Tree Lane, you've probably seen the house with the bulldog spirit.
When we first moved in, I said, this is kind of like what I'd imagine living at Disneyland.
The house was gifted to the university by the McMahon family, who own furniture companies across the valley.
And although there's a lot of Christmas spirit outside of the house, there's plenty more inside.
For Mary and me, it's really important that we present this home as part of Fresno State.
From the seal on top of the grill to student artwork on the shelves. But every year when the holidays roll around, a special theme is showcased throughout the decor.
Our theme is empowering our students through the light of education so that they can rise to new heights.
The theme can be seen through the twinkling lights and the ladders on the wall. It's not just the decor that showcases student success, but the conversations that happen in these halls.
Many people have learned a lot about the Fresno State student cupboard right here at this table. And the clothing closet and Discover E.
And through the back doors, you see the newest addition to the home, a room ready for upcoming events, giving this historic house some modern additions to give guests a better experience.
It's a great honor to live here. This is our 6th year living here, and it's a great place to be.
Making new memories in a house filled with so much history. Rosmi Conius, Fresno State Focus. Christmas is not the only holiday the Castros love to host. You can catch them passing out Fresno State treats every year on Halloween. But for now, you can see the University House in its full holiday glory until December 25th on Christmas Tree Lane.
Coming up on Fresno State Focus,
we'll take a look closer on how locals are celebrating Christmas.
Plus, we'll help you check out the perfect Christmas tree when we come back.
Success. At Fresno State, it's no secret. It's discovering new ways to change our world. It's creating opportunities as diverse as our community itself. It's in the distinction of our graduates as they lead us into the future. Success is no secret at Fresno State. It's our mission.
This is our Fresno State, forming relationships and learning experiences that last a lifetime, making friends who are like family, learning from professors who treat us like family, and earning a degree to make a better future for our family. Right. Engaging our alumni generation by generation by generation. This is our Fresno State. Welcome to the family.
Is there any...
Oh, I can't read it then.
You can't read it?
We return back to Fresno State Focus with breaking news from the North Pole. Reporter Chase is there right now to give us a special weather update on the holiday. Chase, how's it looking?
Thanks, Katie. I'm here in the blistering cold that is the North Pole, and I'm here stationed in Anchorage, and I was just up at the top talking to the big man, Santa himself, and he's a little bit worried about this pressure system that's coming in right here. It's real cold. There's a lot of snow. He's not sure if the reindeer are going to be able to get out in time. But as you can see, even down here, it's even raining too, so it's a little slushy in this area, and it is blistering cold. The important thing is the 7-day forecast, and so we're going to take a look at that right now. So as you can see, we're hitting the negative digits only for the rest of the week, and it gets all the way down to -11 during the day sometimes. As you can see here, -16. I can't even believe it. I'm surprised I'm still alive right now. I've been doing jumping jacks and trying my best to stay warm. But you know, when it gets a little sunnier, the clouds disappear, so then the heat just leaves, and so then you get even colder, and it's never fun, and it's not a good time. But as you can see here, it's going to warm up a little bit. We're going to get into the -2s and -5s. Other than that, I mean, you can't really say much other than the fact that it's really, really cold, and I'd like to come back, but it's been fun hanging out with Santa and the elves, and they said all the presents are going to make it back to everybody on time. So back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Chase. Hope you stay warm. It's December in Fresno, so you know what that means. People all over town are flocking to different Christmas light attractions. Scott Grunwald takes us to some of the traditionally lit up neighborhoods in Fresno.
The holiday season is in full swing in Fresno. Every night, people are braving the night's cold air to feel the warmth of the holiday. For Janice Monahan and her family, Christmas time means Christmas Tree Lane.
It's a tradition, and it's such a beautiful atmosphere, and we love that all the families here get together and decorate for us, and it just kind of gives that whole holiday spirit.
This Fresno tradition dates back to 1920. Always through the decades, this community works together to ensure the tradition continues.
I think it's mainly about like the atmosphere and all the people that like work for Tree Fresno and for Christmas Tree Lane, and just all the people that come out.
Including the Fresno Police Department, as officers work to ensure all of these attractions stay safe.
I think it's a very special and unique event for Fresno.
And then me, as far as our role goes, we're out here working with CHP, the Fresno County Sheriff's Department, Fresno Police Department, of course, to keep everybody safe.
The lane on Van Ness Avenue isn't the only place to soak in the cheer. Candy Cane Lane is also a popular place, on the other side of town on Alluvial and Willow. Everywhere you look, you see lights.
Whether you go out to Christmas Tree Lane, Candy Cane Lane, or wherever you celebrate, the feeling of Christmas stays with you.
You can still attend both attractions all the way up through Christmas.
We have a special guest with us who has been busy getting ready for Christmas at the North Pole. We have Old St. Nick here with us to chat about his busiest work day, and that's just in a few weeks. Hello, Mr. Claus.
How are you ladies doing?
Good.
How are you?
So how have you been preparing for the holidays?
Oh, it's been a lot of work. I'll tell you that right now. We've been doing a lot of work with elves around the North Pole, and Chase came by for a visit. He got to see a little bit of what we do there.
So, I want to know, what are your favorite type of cookies and milk for the holidays?
Well, Mrs. Claus prefers that I get some oatmeal cookies for the extra protein to help me go through the whole flight around the world. But to be quite honest with you, I like my macadamia nut cookies. Those are the best.
So tell us, is the Fresno State Focus on the naughty or nice list?
Oh, you guys are definitely on the nice list. All the great news you guys provide, nice list indeed.
And I want to know, how do you prepare the reindeer for Christmas?
Well, we have what we call a reindeer obstacle course. They really are in the best shape ever. My reindeer can fly all around the world.
Oh, I bet. They have to be in, serious...
Indeed.
Yeah. So tell us, how do you get your naughty and nice list together for Christmas?
Well, see, the elves and I, we have a list, and this is what we do. We check it twice. Then we find out who is naughty or nice. So when Santa Claus comes to town, we're ready.
So tell us how your beard is so soft and shiny.
I keep looking at it. I just want to know.
It's so luscious.
Well, see, out the North Pole, it's really hard to get a lot of conditioner samples.
Yeah.
But they try to get on the nice list by sending me some. And we get to try out the best of the best.
Gotcha.
Thank you. That's all the time we have for today. So thank you for joining us, Mr. Claus. Now Cedric will show us how to pick the perfect tree for Santa to put all those Christmas presents under.
Christmas is fastly approaching, with less than 2 weeks away. If you haven't got a Christmas tree yet, you still have time. Picking the perfect tree can be hard, so here are some tips and ideas that can help you with that.
A lot goes into finding the perfect tree for your home. From the height of the tree to what decorations to use, it can easily be done with a little useful info. The friendly crew at the Grove in Old Town Clovis, these guys know a thing or two when it comes to Christmas trees.
There's all kinds of preferences for people. Some people like a tree that's real full so that they don't have any spacing in it. Others like a tree that's more spaced out so they can put their ornaments in between. Some people like a crazy looking tree. They want it to just look natural like it does out in the forest.
If you're looking for a bit of color or just want to switch things up, you have options.
We do custom flocking. The great part about the flock trees is it kind of gives a different element to it. Instead of just the green tree, when you put lights on it, it really makes it pop against that, and your colored ornaments look really great against the flocked white trees.
You can even do something super different and unique, like this, a purple flock tree.
So if you'll notice, it's darker at the bottom, the darker purple, and then we lightened it as we went up on the tree. And then they have the snow on the ends to make it look like that. So not a traditional look for a Christmas tree, but definitely something that the family liked and really wanted to do.
So, if you're looking for that perfect tree, it's always good to take measurements at home before heading out to the tree lot. That way, you won't end up getting a tree that's too tall or too wide. You want to make sure you have enough headspace for your tree. So when it comes to picking the perfect Christmas tree, and the great thing about it is that you have options. Like a small 4-foot one like this one, or maybe even a 14-foot one like this one that's super tall for your house. Either way, choose a tree that's perfect for you. As we found out, the family-owned business will gladly answer any questions you might have about picking that perfect tree. As far as tree care goes, they told me it is as simple as adding about 2 inches of hot water to the pot daily. Super easy. Some people prefer a fake tree because they don't have to deal with the maintenance or cleaning up after. But going out to pick out a tree is a great way to bring friends and family together. Now back to you, Chelsea and Katie.
Thank you, Cedric. Coming up in sports, we'll be live with Scott at Bulldog Stadium as he breaks down what's in store for Saturday's bowl game.
Plus, a cap and gown will be a holiday gift for some of the Fresno State athletes. Stay tuned for our sports report.
I got the Bulldog spirit up in my head.
Up in my head. Up in my head. I got that Bulldog spirit up in my head. Up in my head to say. I got that Bulldog spirit deep in my heart. Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart. Got that Bulldog spirit deep in my heart. Deep in my heart to stay. I got that Bulldog spirit down in my toes. Down in my toes. Down in my toes. I got that Bulldog spirit down in my toes. Hey, down in my toes to stay. I got that Bulldog spirit up in my head, deep in my heart, down in my toes. I got that Bulldog spirit all over me to stay. I got that Bulldog spirit
Deep in my heart.
deep in my heart, deep in my heart. I got that Bulldog spirit.
Welcome back to Fresno State Focus. I'm Scott Gruenwald, and bowl season is among us. The Fresno State Bulldogs are going to take on the Sun Devils of Arizona State in the Mitsubishi Motors Las Vegas Bowl this coming weekend, and it's going to be the first time the two teams have played each other since 1941. Head coach Jeff Tefford has continued his success at his alma mater, picking up one more win than he already had at this point last season. Herm Edwards made his return to coaching after spending many years away, and he led the Sun Devils to their second consecutive 7-win season. The Sun Devil offense is led by running back Eno Benjamin, who's only 42 yards shy of breaking the school's single-season rushing record. And it'll be interesting to see how he stacks up against Jeff Allison and the rest of the Bulldogs defense. Senior quarterback Marcus McMarion has not made many mistakes for the Dogs all season long. He's thrown 25 touchdowns to only 3 interceptions. It's going to be interesting to see how he plays for his last game as a Bulldog. Both teams do have receiving players over 1,000 yards. That would be Keyshawn Johnson for the Dogs and Nikhil Harry for the Sun Devils. All right, well, that's all I have. Back to you guys in the studio.
The football team arrived in Las Vegas earlier this week, but there will be a few more busloads of Bulldogs at Sam Boyd Stadium come game day. You to buy tickets for the bus trip to Las Vegas. The trip was organized by ASI, and after the first bus sold out, they added 2 more, which also sold out. They teamed up with Fresno State Athletics to make 15 spots on a 4th bus available.
There will be a little bit over, I want to say there's around 160 students going, which is really exciting, all the way to Vegas and back. The whole trip should take about 24 hours, which is good because it's right before finals week, and we're just really excited to support the Bulldogs.
This is the 4th bus trip ASI planned this year, the most they've ever done. They were able to fund it with contributions from student involvement, USU Productions, Housing, and President Castro. The Red Wave is eager to paint the stadium red with pride.
Long practices, mandatory study hours, workouts, and recovery. The life of a student athlete. I've been one all 4 years here on the equestrian team, and I'm seeing that what it takes to graduate with this kind of schedule is hard work and determination.
This is home away from home for Fresno State student athletes. Advisors in the recruiting building help athletes achieve their scholastic goal, graduation.
To have 5 years to be able to play 4. So if they have an extra year left in order to finish their degree or something like that, that's totally fine. But the reason that they only have 4 to 5 years is to try and ensure that they graduate within that time period.
So they must come here each week to meet with their advisors and give them an update on how classes are coming along. Students have to clock in for mandatory study hours, 6 hours every week.
Make sure they're on track to graduate. We try to make sure they're in 15 units at least in whatever major they're in, because to get to 120 units, if you divide it up by semester, that would add up to 120 in 4 years.
Each advisor puts together a degree plan for every athlete. Here's a look at mine. It helps to map out the classes and the units needed to graduate, which help the students' mindset in and out of the classroom.
This time being in Division I, and that put me in a different place mentally. I knew I had to work harder than I ever did before, and I've had a lot more support throughout this process this time around than I ever have.
Student athletes don't always have it easy, but with the help from their advisors, they get it done.
It's manageable. Every student athlete, there is a challenge, but at the same time, it is very manageable.
She makes it sound so easy, but then that's the mindset of a student athlete. Don't worry about the hard stuff and just get it done.
Student athletes strive to be role models for future generations. With step-by-step guidance, they can get it done. And that's a look on sports. Now let's check in with Lindsay Hyatt and see how finals are going this semester.
'Tis the season of stress, all-nighters, and last-minute study session. It's finals week, and all some students want for Christmas is a passing grade. Bells may be ringing, but at Fresno State, all is not merry and bright. It's final season, and for most students, that means cramming first and Christmas later. But for proactive business major Ajit Singh, secure grades make it easy for him to be of good cheer.
I don't really try hard during finals because throughout the semester I do a lot of studying to do good on my midterms, so I don't have to get such a high grade on my final to, pass the class.
For some students, finals week isn't any more stressful than the rest of the semester. But for others, it means hitting the books hard before finals week. We're headed to the USU where one student is studying her hardest to make sure her classes are, final.
I am working on passing my classes.
Holt is a civil engineering major whose intensive area of study has taught her some helpful tips for acing her finals.
Lots of sleep and work on everything until the day before, and then work on what you know, because make sure you cement that first.
Psychology professor Kathy Johnson has studied the effects of sleep on students' performance and agrees with Holt that getting some Z's is the key to success.
Well, most students don't get enough sleep, and if you don't sleep well, you can't concentrate. We know from research that the typical adult can't focus as intensely as you have to study for more than about an hour to an hour and a half. So it's good to study that amount of time, take a break.
Breaks can be as simple as grabbing a cup of coffee or taking a stroll down Christmas Tree Lane. If you need a snack or a break from the books, Student Involvement has a week full of events planned. And for all you hard workers, the library will be open 24 hours for the first time during finals.
Now let's take a look at some of the holiday traditions that Clayton Jones uncovered by students here at Fresno State.
I'm here on the Fresno State campus, where holiday traditions are a big deal to students. And with Christmas drawing near and near, I wanted to take a look at some of the unique traditions that some of these students celebrate with their families.
Every year for Christmas Eve, my mom gives us each a set of pajamas, and they're usually matching, so we'll open it on Christmas Eve, and then we'll stay up and watch Lord of the Rings all night until Christmas morning, and then we'll open all our presents and then go to bed.
Well, we have these giant 4 Christmas mugs that we only pull out on Christmas Eve, and my dad makes us super fancy hot chocolate, and that's the only time we get to use them or drink that kind of hot chocolate. So that's, I guess, our Christmas tradition.
Every year on Christmas Eve, either my dad, brother, or uncle dresses up as Santa Claus and hands out presents to all the kids.
Yeah, we do the traditional get together for Christmas. We have a dinner or a lunch, and we also watch the NBA on Christmas. We also have presents and stuff like that, and it's really cool.
Basically getting together and eating, watching sports, watching and telling stories. I mean, old stories. We always tell the same stories over and over again, so.
No matter the tradition, however unique or common it is, the one constant is that they are celebrating with loved ones. For Fresno State Focus, I'm Clayton Jones. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Thank you so much for joining our Fresno State Focus.
Happy holidays.